Hey Kyleen!
Hi Tracy! I haven't seen you anchoring in a while.
Oh yeah, I anchored a lot my sophomore year and I needed a break.
No, yeah, I totally get you. But also just this whole year has been so tiring, especially since AP testing is so soon.
You poor thing. I'm just so glad I don't have to take AP tests anymore.
Whatever, little bro.
Okay, anyways, I'm just so glad I get to anchor with you.
Aw, thank you Tracy. I would do anything to anchor with you.
Right back at you. In today's show, we'll be covering the tragic news of the Pope's passing. Then we'll take a look at the viral sensation sweeping the internet, the Ice Bucket Challenge. And finally, we'll wrap it up with a recap on the unforgettable French trip.
We'll also give you a sneak peek at the upcoming orchestra show 7 and finish off with an overview of this week's sports highlights.
My name is Tracy Tian.
And I'm Kyleen Lin.
Welcome to Show 28.
The 42nd Annual Spring Show will be next Saturday, May 3rd in the North Gym. It will feature performances by various groups from all over the district, including our very own color guard and percussion. Tickets can be purchased from any color guard or percussion member for $10 each.
This Monday, the world mourned the loss of Pope Francis, a leader who impacted millions around the world. Andrea's here to reflect on the mark that he leaves behind.
In the morning of April 21st, 2025, the leader of the Catholic Church, Pope Francis, passed away.
Born in late 1936, Pope Francis lived a rich and fulfilling life until his passing at the age of 88. Pope Francis began his papacy in March of 2013. He was the first pope to be born in Latin America. Over the course of his 12 years as pope, Pope Francis worked to soften the Catholic Church's stance on homosexuality, the death penalty, the role of women, and even speaking up regarding Gaza's war.
For the people, the Catholic Church is set up in a very hierarchical way, and he was like the head of it all. There's a pyramid, and so they're gonna look for a leader now. They're gonna look for who's gonna be the next face of the entire religion.
Following his passing, the Pope had recently recovered from a severe case of pneumonia. Regardless, he still continued to work, surprising many by giving his traditional Easter blessing on Easter Sunday.
I think Pope Francis will be most remembered for his openness to everyone, especially the poor, the downtrodden, the marginalized, the oppressed. They could all find an understanding shoulder in Pope Francis. He welcomed all people, and I think that's so important in the world in which we live right now, where all we hear is unacceptance and hatred and all that. He offered the world the exact opposite of all of that, and it was a refreshing thing to see.
The funeral will be taking place tomorrow at St. Peter's Basilica in Rome. We send our hearts out to those in mourning of this historical figure.
Our 2025 prom, A Night in Bloom, is on May 17th from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. at the LA River Center and Gardens. Today is your last chance to get tickets for $100 with ASB and $105 without ASB before prices increase. Buy your tickets at the ASB office. Check the ASB website for updates and the required dance contract.
At the University of South Carolina, the ripple effect of one icy moment revealed the power of unity, passion, and activism through an ice bucket challenge. Curious to know what all the splash is about? Sariah dove beneath the surface.
Thanks, Anchors. I'm Sariah, and the USC Speak Your Mind Challenge began on March 31st, turning a bucket of ice water into a bold message for mental health awareness. University of South Carolina's Mental Illness Needs Discussion Club was on a mission to create an environment where discussing mental health can be normalized.
Seeing other people get nominated, especially for a good cause that USC Mind is trying to promote. Although it is a little bit scary seeing my friends get nominated and eventually knowing that I myself will be nominated, and I did get nominated.
It's been funny like the first few times, but as it kept going, it got a little boring. But it was fun for me to do it because I did it with my dad, so it was a really nice connection that we did together.
Once someone is nominated, it's requested that they donate to this link. Every dollar counts. After understanding the details of this massive movement, I'm feeling pretty inspired, and that's why APN is nominating DCI, Arcadia Quill, and Yearbook. You have 24 hours to respond. Back to the anchor.
As we reach the last few weeks of the school year, our AHS library has some important dates ahead. First, April 30th is the last day to check out books. The library will be closed for AP exams from May 1st to May 23rd. The last week for peer tutoring is from May 19th to May 23rd. Lastly, all library materials must be returned from May 27th to June 4th, the last day of school. This includes all seniors' Chromebooks, chargers, and cases.
Over spring break and the first week back, our French students were in France exploring its culture, cities, and more. From iconic landmarks to local cuisine, they have experienced it all. Lily's here to take a look at their trip.
A few months ago, we had our Frenchies visit Arcadia High School, but just 3 weeks ago, our very own Apache students headed on their own trip to Paris, France, and we wanted to get the inside scoop of their experience.
Their itinerary was very packed from the day they arrived, from stopping by all the tourist destinations to eating at all of the delicious restaurants.
This year, we got to visit Notre Dame Cathedral that had just opened up after 5.5 years of reconstruction.
We went to a lot of touristy spots like the Louvre or Musée d'Orsay, but we also went to school in Trévoux.
Our French students resumed their studies at a foreign school in France. They even lived with host families to fully experience the life of French residents.
We went to Paris, the capital, and then we went to the south of France into two small towns, Trévoux and Lyon.
Each student gets to stay with their own host family. That's the part where they get to really be immersed in that language that they're studying.
What an amazing experience. Let's hope our French students get acclimated back to normal life soon. Remember, if you're in French 2 or above, next year you can take this very same trip. This has been Lily Mantooth. Now back to the anchors in the studio.
Wow, that trip looked like a lot of fun. Kyleen, are you okay?
Sorry.
What's wrong?
It's just that I really want to see the orchestra show, but I'm too busy to go. Lots of studying to be done. I wish there was a way I could see 7 early.
Well, Ariana Orchesis can probably help us with that.
Hey guys.
Oh my gosh. Can I finally get a sneak peek now?
Please, she's been waiting for so long.
Sure, Kyleen. Orxis has been working hard on their upcoming show 7, Where Good and Evil Collide. Centered around the balance between the 7 deadly sins and heavenly virtues, here's a sneak peek of the dance Lies and Deception.
lies, deception, and fantasy. Keep on floating in my memories. Hell is empty, about to freeze. Keep on dancing with my sanity. Lies, deception, and fantasy. Keep on floating with my memories. Hell is empty, about to freeze. Keep dancing with my sanity.
We hope you enjoyed that sneak peek into what's in store for 7. Now I have 3 Orchestra members who can tell us more. Lena, as a 3-year member, what makes the show stand out amongst previous years?
There are a lot of elements in the show that make the dances much more physically demanding. We're also introducing a lot of new and fun props like tables, blindfolds, and masks.
Carmen, what technical elements are you most excited for people to see?
I'm most excited for the projection element that APN helped us edit. And fun fact, we filmed them all in this studio.
And lastly, Sanvi, what is your favorite dance of the show?
My favorite dance in the show this year is the hip hop medley My House because the energy is always really hype and I get to do it with all of my best friends.
Make sure to catch a teaser of our hip-hop routine, My House, in the Rally Court today at lunch. Then, come see 7 live on May 1st, 2nd, or 3rd, where sins and virtues battle for the ultimate power. Grab your tickets now at ahsorchestras.com, and starting at midnight, all VIP tickets will only be $15. Don't miss it!
Wow, just looking at orchestras is making me exhausted.
I know, right? I wonder how often they practice. Amel, do you know?
I would probably guess a lot.
Yeah, that makes sense. They've definitely been on the grind.
Yeah, but do you know who else has been working hard?
Who?
Our Apache athletes, of course.
Oh.
Our Apache athletes have been on a roll, and we started off strong with badminton taking on Mark Keppel High School in a competitive match. Michelle has more and more in-depth look at the game.
Amel, this past Monday, our Apaches smashed to the courts and played an excellent game against Mark Keppel High School. Our Apaches displayed powerful attacks with remarkable skill and resilience throughout the match. They had their guard up every second, which allowed them to move around quickly and come back stronger from tiring rallies. Despite a challenging game against the Aztecs, their resolve led to a decisive 17-4 victory. Congratulations to our badminton team for another fantastic win. Keep up the great work. This has been Michelle, and now back to Amel in the studio.
On Tuesday, boys volleyball hit the courts in a match against Burroughs, but unfortunately wasn't able to get the win. Aiden has more details on how the players performed.
This past Tuesday, our boys volleyball team played Burroughs in their final regular season game. Let's see how it went.
The first set was neck and neck, with Arcadia unfortunately losing. In the second set, great plays from Thomas Shee and Gavin Ball helped them pull away, tying the game at 1-1. In the third set, great plays from Tyler Nguyen helped them stay in it, but unfortunately lost the third set. In the fourth and final set, Burroughs was pulling away, but Arcadia kept it close until the very end, Burroughs winning the game 3-1. The next game is a playoff game, so the date is to be decided. This has been Aiden, now back to Amel.
These were our only games this week. Starting off on Monday, boys tennis took to the courts in a non-league match against Los Osos. The teams tied in the amount of sets won, but Arcadia won more game points with a score of 81-79. On Tuesday, boys golf hit the green in a Pacific League matchup, taking first place with a score of 207. Baseball brought in the runs with a score of 10-0 in their game against Burroughs. Softball also took the field in a dominating game against Hoover. They ended the game in a win with a score of 16-3. Boys tennis took the win in the last match on Tuesday, playing against Pasadena and ending in a score of 16-2. On Wednesday, swim dove into the water in their meet against Crescenta Valley. The boys won with a score of 94-74, and girls won with a score of 120-48. Moving on to Thursday, badminton dominated the court in their game against San Marino, ending in a score of 20-1. Also on Thursday, softball took on Pasadena and won with a score of 18-3. Tonight, boys tennis has a match against Crescenta Valley, and baseball is going head-to-head against Burroughs in an away game at 6:30 p.m. Be sure to support these Apache athletes. Now back to the anchors.
We finally made it through the show.
Yep, time to nap.
All you think about is sleep.
Duh, but talking to orchestras was awesome.
Totally. I'm even more hyped for 7 now.
Same. I love learning the meaning behind it all.
Studying can wait. I'm definitely going to see the show.
Count me in. All right, let's wrap it up.
Follow APN on all our socials to stay connected.
I'm Tracy Tian.
And I'm Kyleen Lynn.
Bye.